We are here today with Ed Pohl of Law Biz Management. Hello, Ed.
Hi, how are you, Laura?
Great, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Terrific. Tell us about yourself and how you started Law Biz Management.
Well, I practiced law for 25 years on all sides of the table. I was a sole practitioner, I was a partner in a small firm, I was the chief operating officer of a mid-sized firm. And during that time, I really enjoyed the practice of law. I've walked in the shoes, so to speak, of lawyers throughout the country. Toward the end of that time frame, I was asked to join a law firm. And in that connection, I was also asked to be the chief operating officer of that law firm. Somewhere along the time of that engagement, I realized that not only this law firm, which was a very good law firm, had challenges that were difficult to meet, but so did law firms all across the country. And at that time, I decided that I could make a bigger impact on the legal community by becoming a consultant to law firms. And that's what I did. In January of 1990, I opened up my own consultancy, and from there I began to coach and consult with law firms across the country and now even across the world. In the process, I've written 9 books about managing a law practice. I've had audio magazines on a monthly basis for 11 years and have been really excited about being able for the first time to combine my love of the law with my love of business and make a contribution to the legal community.
Fantastic. Well, love of the law, that's a wonderful way of expressing your passion for what you do. And I'm wondering if you can just, illustrate to our listening audience some of the key benefits that they can expect when engaging your expertise and services.
Well, these are not things that come from me, but these are comments that come from the clients with whom I work. They tell me that not only by virtue of my being an ally with them, that they now, for the first time in their career, have somebody to whom they can turn. And as a consequence, the stress that they experience in the practice of law is reduced. That's sort of on an emotional or psychological level. On a very pragmatic and economic level, most of the people that I work with are able to increase their personal revenue by 5 and 6 figures, which is a substantial amount of money in a short period of time. So if I were to wrap it up, what I say is that I'm able to help lawyers become more effective with their clients, become more efficient in the delivery of legal services, and therefore more profitable in their practice.
That is fantastic, Ed. I'm wondering also, what do you find some of the most common mistakes people make when first starting their own law practice?
I think I could put that in context of 3 basic principles. One is that lawyers forget that they are in a business. We are a profession, and that's clear. And law schools teach us this. We enter the profession with that philosophy and that background. But too many of us forget that we're also in a service business. And a consequence of that is that we focus on what we do. We're taught law in law school, and that's why we went into the profession. We love doing what we do. But there's another component. And so what I've come to suggest to lawyers is, yes, we are in a profession, and we are in a business. So that's mistake number 1, if you will. Mistake number 2 relates to that, and most lawyers and most law firms forget when they're working on a matter that they're also billing. When they bill, they're creating an accounts receivable. And too many lawyers focus on the work and fail to collect the fee that they bill. And the third mistake, I think, comes toward the end of one's career, and that is that they've spent many years building up the goodwill of their practice, the quality of their practice. And too many lawyers then believe that they have nothing of value to sell. And in fact, I've been one of the leaders in the country in encouraging people not only that they have the right to sell, but they have the obligation to their family, to their estate, to sell their practice for a value that is a reasonable value, far more than they otherwise think they could get.
It's very interesting information. I'm sure our listeners will benefit just from the key points that you're illustrating in this interview. Now, for the listeners that are interested in engaging your services, what are the next steps for them?
The next step for them is to pick up the phone.
Yes.
Call me. go to my website, which is www.lawbiz.com. My phone number is 800-837-5880. I'd be happy to answer any question that you have. Call me or email to me, and let's start the dialogue.
Terrific, Ed. It was a pleasure meeting you. And this is Ed Pohl of Law Biz Management. Give him the call today.